Hi everyone. We are meeting after many days. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to see the last topic in the third unit, which is about finally, or I can say that finally we are going to see what is finally. Finally is a very small concept and very easy to understand. This is something like think that you have a method. Method is nothing but functions. We call in C. The method is going to open a file upon entry and closes it upon exit. Very simple. You have a function, your method, which is going to open a file. Once everything is done, your method is going to close the file. So normally what happens when your method opens the file, there comes exceptions. And what happens? You don't want to bypass the file closing procedure. So what is the solution for this? So your finally keyword is going to deal with this. So finally block will execute whether or not an exception has thrown out. Your finally is not worried about all the kind of things, whether exception comes, whether error has come, all the things your finally is not worried. So whenever you feel like a piece of code has to be executed, irrespective of the exceptions, so you can put this in the finally block. So look at the syntax for this. We use finally. Look at this. Normally, finally, as I told before, it is a keyword which comes in that 50 keywords we studied in Java. Look at what this program is going to generate. We have a class called finally demo. Your class is here, and inside this we have three methods. One is procedure A. We have a procedure B. We'll take it as a procedure, and we have another procedure called 3. We have got three methods, and we have got a main method. Look at this. This is the main method, and what we do is, so inside the main method, I hope you can see this. Inside the main method, we have a try block. We call the first procedure, that is procedure A. So it will come to the previous page. This is what the procedure A. So inside this, you have again something called try. You are going to print the message inside procedure, which is going to throw an exception. So which is nothing but runtime exception. So this is explicitly your procedure is going to throw, but your finally is not worried about this. Whether you throw an exception or not, your finally is not at all worried about this, which is going to print whatever you put inside the finally block. So what is inside the finally, which is procedure A is finally. So this will get printed. So again, it will go back to your main function, your main method. So which is going to print the exception code because it has thrown an exception. Your first procedure or your first method has thrown a exception, and this will be caught over here. Once it is done, it will go to the second method, which is procedure B. So let us go back. What your procedure B is doing? Yeah, is here. Uh, Inside procedure B, again we have a try block. So which is going to print inside procedure B return. Even if there is a return statement, your finally is not worried what is there in the finally which will get executed. So what is there in the finally? Finally is block. Inside this we have a statement called procedure B is finally. So this is a next statement which gets executed. So after this it will go back to your main method, which is your main function. So what it does, uh, yeah, this next page. Yeah, so we have which is going to call procedure C. It will go back to the previous page. It will check where is procedure C. Again we have a try system.out.println inside procedure C. So this is the next statement which get executed. So after this we have finally. So luckily what happens in this case, we have nothing called return. We have nothing called what do you call exceptions. Immediately after the try block we have a finally. So what is there in the finally, which is going to print procedure says finally. Look at this statement. I'm talking about the statements. So obviously what is going to be the output? We are going to get inside procedure A. Procedure A is finally exception code. So exception code is done inside the main function over here. So look at this. exception code. Then it will go to the next method, which is procedure B. Procedure B instead procedure B. Procedure B is finally instead PROC, then procedure C is finally. So this is the way this get executed. So please, this is as simple as this. So nothing to worry about all the explanation which is given in the textbook. You just remember that if you put something in the finally block, irrespective of your written statement, irrespective of your exceptions, whatever you put inside the finally, which will get executed. That's it. So I hope you understood this. So let us see the next statement, which is Java built-in exceptions. So as you know, what is an exception and what is the superclass, what is the subclass. And if you take this, we have two kinds of exceptions. So one is, we call it as checked exceptions. Other one is unchecked exceptions. So unchecked exceptions are the exceptions which we don't include in throws list. You remember we have something called throw. So which is going to, sorry, not throws. I told be aware of dogs. So which is nothing but which is a warning statement. So if you enter the house without taking any precautions, you'll be in danger. Same way, if a method is capable of causing an exception and which is not going to deal with that, in that case you can put this warning message which is throws. And what is this unchecked exceptions? So these are the exceptions which will not be included in methods throw list. So this is as simple as this. We have another kind of exception which is checked exceptions. So in methods throw list, look at this, what is in the green color. In methods throw list, if the method can generate one of these exceptions and does not handle itself, these are called checked exceptions. A method is capable of throwing an exception and the method is not going to deal with that, and these exceptions we can put in throws list, and these exceptions are known as checked exceptions. Look at the table next page. So we have around 15 runtime exceptions which is unchecked, and I request you to remember at least 5 to 6. Sometimes they may ask in the exam, so please remember this, at least 5 to 6. This everything is unchecked, right from arithmetic exception to the unsupported operation exception, the last one. So please remember this. And the next table is going to give you what is the checked exceptions. So these are the exceptions in the throws list, you can put it. So class not found, then clone not supported exceptions, no such method exceptions, no such field exceptions, all the things you can put in the close class. Okay, so this is about exceptions, and the last topic is about how we can create our own exceptions. So there are two ways by which you can create. One is, as I told, for every exception we have a class called throwable, that is a superclass. Under superclass we have a class called exception, which is a subclass. Under exception class you can create your own subclasses. So and you can write these subclasses without any methods. You can what do you call override, sorry, you can make use of the classes in the throwable superclass. So you need not write any method for this. You just have to inherit your exception class and throwable class. And look at what is there in throwable class. We have got many methods like throwable fill stack place. This is a throwable, obviously is a return type. We have a get course. All these are the methods within the throwable class. So please remember this. And the last topic is about chained exceptions. So what happened is something like, chained exception features allow you to associate another exception with an exception. Something like if you come to college later, your teacher will be asking like, no, why you came late? So what you're going to do is you're going to associate you came late with some other reason. Bus was late. So this is called chained exceptions. So in this case also, exception also you can relate each other. We can associate with another exception. So normally we use two constructor for this. One is throwable with a single parameter, other one is throwable with two parameters, and we use two methods. One is get cost, other one is init cost. And please remember what is what. With this we wind up the third unit. The next video I'll be coming with the fourth unit. Thank you. Have a nice day.